Calista Tidebloom took her very first breath on a clay-warm dawn, 7 April 1999, inside a cedar plank cottage perched on shrimp trap pilings above the emerald slick of South Carolina's Pawleys Inlet. Outside, a blue heron scribbled lazy figure eights across the sky, while her mother, a wandering funk gospel trumpeter who keeps pressed wisteria petals in her valve oil pouch, feathered a lull phrase that sent chipped enamel plates chiming on their hooks. Her father, a lighthouse relay mechanic who sketches cloud egrets on tide log margins, leaned so close their freckles blended and promised the newborn that pier gossip, cafeteria whispers, and store racks ending at 14 would always step aside for anyone brave enough to inhabit her outline without an ounce of apology. Curves curled through the Tidebloom, lined the way, warm Gulf Stream threads beneath cool Atlantic fingers, so no one blinked when baby Calista popped her second Muslim swaddle long before the tea kettle could sigh. Granny Clementine rolled her sleeves, threaded shrimp boat twine through every tear, patched gaps with carnival kite cloth, and laughed that a pocket of fabric cost pennies while shaving a sunrise could bankrupt a lifetime. School corridors smelled of cedar shavings, peach cobbler steam sneaking through the lunch hatch, and brackish winds slithering past warped louvers. Calista already rose half a head above her table mates, blotting projector glow each time she traced loggerhead nest sites on the pulled-down atlas. One misty recess, two kids hop-skipped circles chanting tug barge, every time her yellow boots thudded on chalk squares. That evening, she combed the rack line, gathered soda caps, polished satin by Tide, threaded them on fishing leader, stitched the rattling ribbon down her teal hoodie, and strolled into first bell, scattering prism freckles across stained ceiling tiles. A volunteer aide caught 9 shaky seconds on a prepaid flip phone, posted the shimmer to an infant video corner, and by second period math, 15,000 strangers applauded the girl who welded teasing into lighthouse flag. Calista wrote one promise in lavender ink beside subtraction drills: clouds crowd only until you flash them bright. Saturdays belonged to the inlet pier where her mother's horn runs, braided with diesel coughs from oyster skiffs, skillet spits from hush puppy stalls, and gulls lobbying for shrimp tails. Shop jeans jammed at Calista's thighs, so she traded tip jar quarters for sun-bleached gill net, unwound it into rope, crocheted a high-rise skirt, misted it with squid-ink blue crab silhouettes, then posed at Tangerine Sunset against Rush Stripes pylons while her cousin snapped grainy frames. Each shot drifted into an online diary named Lantern Drift. The same week, a new photo app finally trickled across patchy marsh signals. Captions slid between dock slang and level truths like curves anchor gusts steadier than break walls. 2 months before 16 candles, 56,000 unseen hearts tapped little icons under every coral post, proof glowing rectangles hush cafeteria razors faster than any coach whistle. A Saltmarsh Fellowship ferried her north to the University of North Carolina, Wilmington. Daylight dissolved inside Wave Flume Labs. Nights belonged to a 24-hour pastel beignet wagon, glowing neon guava beneath wind-bent live oaks. The heat lamp doubled as ring light. Between sugar orders, she filmed 90-second reels, folding parchment into sea-fern bows, while decoding dart rotation in half lecture zip and half shoreline. One upload wove bottlenose clicks through lo-fi shuffle, while she chain-stitched reflective anchor braids into thrift denim. 47 hours later, the view counter leaped beyond 1.3 million. Carolina-style pages crowned her the beignet couturière, though every sponsored deck still stalled at size 16. She slid each offer into a folder marked shrinking nets, brushed cinnamon dust from her cuff, and handed the next customer sweet heat and sunrise laughter. Hurricane Prep Week brought an email stamped with the Columbia Sportswear Compass. They wanted her eye on a spray shell capsule called Marsh-like Pulse. Calista answered with 3 Pure-From terms: patterns up to 60-inch hips, half the crew hired from community college fashion cohorts, 10% net profit pledged to Living Shoreline, planting from Tybee to Topsail, Columbia shoot unfurled on a tide-scrubbed sandbar where piping plover chicks dotted commas along damp courts. She guided paddleboarders of every outline across mirror ripples while a drone carved lazy infinity ribbons overhead, and when the lookbook dropped, every extended size jacket vanished in 41 hours across 33 nations. Lantern Drift vaulted beyond 700,000 lantern icons. Take your first gentle moment to tap subscribe right now. One light touch calms the batch from red to soft gray and secures your front row rail so next week's journey floats into your feed long before algorithm currents can tug it away. After you click, glide to the description where the Love Compass link waits, a stepwise guide thousands credit for turning hello into enduring spark. Spotlight shimmer lured rumor goals, a clickbait vlog claimed Calista hid rigid plates under marshlight shells. Dawn found her paddling a cypress board beyond eelgrass ribbons, bare feet planted in linen shorts and sports bra, tracing each silver stretch stripe with crushed bougainvillea petals, while her mother's trumpet launched a sunrise growl so raw pelicans hovered mid-air. 10 million viewers reposted the proof, brushing fuchsia pollen on their own curves until gossip sank beneath slack tide. Beignet wages and capsule royalties, whipped into Tidebloom velvet, a cloud-soft body butter, folding spruce-tip custard, key lime oil, and mica sparks that glow seashell white under foam flash. 19,000 tins cooled on her father's chart table, lids tied with braided crab pop rope. Every label stamped, moisturize your horizon. Stock emptied in 82 minutes, raising $198,000. 20% seeded Beacon grants delivering industrial sergers and hydrophones to plus-size teens in shoreline schools from St. Simon's to Surf City. 8 months later, 38 Beacon crews streamed a floating fashion and dolphin song gala aboard a retro shrimp scow draped in solar lanterns, dawn colors spilling into classrooms from Kingston to Charleston Jetty Fashion Night gave New Wharf legend a backstage blower, shredded her sapphire mesh gown hip to knee, 80 heartbeats before showtime. Calista ripped neon dock rope off a lighting brace, laced the split like boot hooks, and walked the boards as though the splicers shimmered in every sketch. Shutters cracked like kettle corn, Vogue Coastal crowned the rescue rope cadence, and Lantern Drift gathered another million lantern sparks before brass horns breathed a note. Trouble circled when a former aide leaked clipped mails hinting she demanded blue crab tower spreads and chauffeured skiffs for her rescue pelican, Jubilee. She posted the chain uncut, refillable water urns, lentil stew for crew, caption monitors for deaf stylists. That month's affiliate tied $136,000, funded biodegradable trap pilots off Edisto. Fans echoed her pure creed, receipts shine brighter than rumor grit, until whispers lay flat like tide pool sand. Family keeps her keel true. Twice each month she streams Porch Line Groove. Mom curls soulful lines beside a propane griddle. Dad recites cloud haiku. Calista flips thrift denim while Jubilee waddles powdered sugar spirals. One episode soared past 9 million screens when the bird sneezed glitter into the lens. A Seabird Refuge now sponsors each stream, tagging rehabilitated pelicans with solar beacons powered by Tidebloom velvet. Green profits cleared $12 million before second solstice. She leased a dormant herring shed, punched skylights through corrugated tin, hired furloughed deckhands plus design grads to whip custard and tie lids by hand during midday funk sets. Auditors begged shrink sleeves. She repeated Granny Clementine's rule: fingers keep legend longer than plastic clamps, and rope ties remained. Her feed wears open sky. Marshall portraits share grid space with beignet cart selfies captioned, "Same sky, different tide." She posts breath loops recorded in echo caves, resilience worksheets in English and Gullah, therapy vouchers nestled 3 swipes down. 171,000 readers call her shoreline candor their first calm harbor. Community glow rides swirl beneath Crusho dust. Hundreds wheel sunset causeways wearing Tidebloom velvet on shoulders and LED seagrass tassels spinning from spokes. Ticket funds fatten Beacon grants and float snorkel rigs that lift wheelchair explorers over clear springs. Chowder shacks bubble late. Flounder chow bowls jump 15% on ride nights. Calista pedals lead on a vintage cruiser with Jubilee plush clipped forward, pausing to not any riders drifting late. She is polishing currents keep names for 11 language shelves next spring, while a documentary team follows her dream to weld retired boy chains into floating maker studios for island schools. Puma's Wide to Wave lantern sneaker debuts next quarter, threaded with reflective rope, cushioned by algae foam, steering 10% of revenue into Beacon nurseries that guard every inlet from Brunswick to Beaufort. Second, Shoreline Whisper floats in. If you pressed like but left subscribe blazing red, ease it to gray now. One fingertip locks next Friday's tide into your notifications before algorithm Eddie stir the channel, and the love compass link below remains ready any evening your heart yearns for clearer bearings. Hurricane season hushes towards slack water. Fresh velvet tins, beacon portals, tonight's Porchline playlist, and that confidence map trusted by thousands rests in the description, free for every traveler. If the soda cap hoodie, shimmer, rope lace gown, rescue, or jubilee glitter sneeze coaxed even half a grin tap, like pour your brightest ripple in the comments and share this voyage with anyone whose sails hang slack. Every curve reroutes currents, every scar refracts lighthouse beams, and the coast bows low to anyone steady enough to plant both boots on the pier and greet tomorrow eyes bright. Third and final nudge reaches you like a gentle surf hush. Subscribe this heartbeat, claim your rail, open that love compass in the description, and meet me on the next rising tide when a brand new story glints beyond the breakers and courage calls your name once more.